All right, so we are leaving Switzerland. This is our last day, our last couple of hours in Switzerland. But before we leave Switzerland, I want to show you one thing, what the Swiss roadside rest stops look like. So the restrooms here at the Swiss rest stops are pretty efficient, but you do have to pay. So here it is 1 Swiss franc. It's like the equivalent to $1 US. Now, once inside, you get something like this. It's like an oasis. Now, this is quite pleasant. Is it $1 pleasant? Probably not. Here at the rest stop, there's also great coffee. There's a coffee bar essentially attached to this restaurant.
20 francs.
It is expensive. It's like 5 francs, 4.40 essentially, and it's just for regular coffee.
Definitely not Costa Rica or Ecuador coffee.
No, it's not French coffee. It's not French coffee either.
No.
But this would have been like $2.50 in France. Yeah. Around there.
Yeah.
But
so double. But we are at a rest stop as well. So.
Well, we're trying to soak in every ounce of Switzerland we can. We actually stopped like about half an hour outside the border just so we can enjoy one more overpriced coffee.
And we're having a date minute.
A date minute.
A date minute. While the kids are in classes.
They're in class. They're in the RV. They're locked in. Don't worry, Mom, Dad. They're good.
Guys, this is like a 5-star restaurant. It is gorgeous. The food is beautiful. I mean, it's Switzerland prices, but for roadside stand, it is really, really nice. It's got a grocery store attached to it that has a fresh salad bar, tea with the actual herbs in it, not tea bags. I mean, you have that as an option as well. This is fabulous. It's got fresh fruit. It's got everything you can imagine, and chocolate.
And then you take a step outside and you realize, whoa, I'm in Switzerland. It's cold still.
It's cold and it's
really
overcast and rainy.
I'm in a t-shirt, but I shouldn't be.
I'm freezing.
She's freezing.
Evelyn, you have class in 8 minutes.
We have a little change in the seating arrangement for today. And this one over here is, is getting to be the one in charge. All right, so we're leaving Switzerland. Finally.
Finally, I liked it here. They have good pretzels.
They do have good pretzels.
We couldn't afford to feed you one more meal here. We gotta get out.
A couple things we're gonna miss. Number one, we're gonna miss the bread. Bread is amazing.
So which one was that?
We're also gonna miss, what else are we gonna miss?
I don't know,
the scenery, it's beautiful here.
The scenery, it's beautiful.
Oh, Lake Geneva was cool too.
Lake Geneva is really cool. I'm gonna miss Co-op or Coop or whatever it is. The chain of
who knows, they might have that
convenience stores that are the best stores around. Probably the best hands down convenience store I've ever seen in my life.
He's weird.
Really?
He likes convenience
I love that.
Better than the Slurpees at 7-Eleven?
Wait, what?
You can't get fresh food at 7-Eleven.
No, you can't. Well, I don't know how fresh 7-Elevens here, but it looks good.
And what else we're gonna miss? Anything?
We're gonna miss Avalon's class if we don't get on the road soon.
All right. We're heading to Liechtenstein. Liechtenstein. Whatever it's called.
How to pronounce it,
it's our last time in Switzerland. Our last time, well,
forever?
We've been there for a while, and essentially we're leaving, and we're I'm not going to say that
we're heartbroken.
No, we're not. We're actually pretty happy to go.
Listen, we love Switzerland, we love the people, but we can't afford to stay here much longer. And then this rain thing. Now, I'm told it doesn't rain all the time in Switzerland, but it happened to rain almost our entire time there. The few days that we had videos days we were shooting on, those are the only times pretty much it wasn't raining, right?
Yeah, and so it did not cause for a happy time in Switzerland, although the people in Switzerland did seem happy.
Yeah,
but
I think we were not.
We were the only unhappy ones.
I mean, besides the rain didn't help, but we were not in the best place. The honeymoon stage had worn off with lemonade and RVing, and we were just trying to find our groove with schooling and with work. And then you add in the rain, and we're still struggling of trying to figure it all out. And then we don't have an outside space. So wouldn't you say it was a tough time for us?
It was a tough time, but we're leaving, and we're going to Liechtenstein.
Liechtenstein.
I'm going slow.
It's like this box is going to tip over.
Alright, Largo, Avalon, guess what?
What?
Are we there?
We're in Liechtenstein! Woo! Woo! Liechtenstein. Liechtenstein. Liechtenstein is a small place and there's not a lot of places to go camp. So we found like the only place that you can park for the night in our place called
Right in town.
Right in town. We use our app called Park for Night. It's our favorite app that we use all the time.
We love this app.
For parking, and it also told us that it was right next to this amazing bagel place, and we just totally freaked out.
I mean, someone says bagel, and I like, it's been years. So we went and checked it out. It was okay. I mean, it was a bagel, and I was happy to have a bagel.
It's European style.
Yeah.
Good morning from Vaduz, Liechtenstein. We are slowly coming into the realization that all of our practice that we've been doing with dry camping, wild camping, boondocking has been vital, because European camping, European RVing does not really work with campgrounds for the most part. A lot of these small places just are not accessible. So you have to get yourself dirty and park at random places all over the place. We're here in the middle of town. This country is not that big, so middle of town is almost like the middle of the country. But we're gonna go check it out now. It's not gonna be a long day.
Is the front locked?
Yeah.
We got 2 hours to see this place. Oh wow, look at that.
We have been hanging out in these countries now for the last couple of years, and we've always had a chance to try the local culture, local cuisine. We've been so into the Swiss dining for the last couple of weeks is that now we're dying to get something different.
And I do love the food, but I can't pass up a bagel.
But we're going to the American Bagel Company because we haven't had a real bagel in a long time.
Okay, that one, yes.
I'm getting.
So how was it, sir?
It was pretty good. I haven't had a bagel in a year, and I'm kind of a picky bagel girl. Like, I like US bagels, but my favorite are New York City bagels. They say it's in the water. So here's how it differs, and they may be adapting it to the local culture and what they like to eat. They have more bagel sandwiches here, and what they do is they're already pre-made, and they had like 10 different varieties with different toppings, and they take the whole bagel sandwich and put it in an oven and heat it up. So the cream cheese heats, all the vegetables heat, everything, and I'm assuming that's how the local people like to eat it. For me, I prefer to have the bagel cooked and then the cream cheese put on top of it. So I wouldn't say like, wow, it was over the top awesome, but it's just not what I'm used to. It was very good. We all had a different variety. Everyone had something different, and everyone was happy with their choice. So in our last few days of Switzerland, probably another thing that contributed to us just being in a really bad place was that our toilet handle broke. And if you know camping car toilets, if the handle doesn't work, you don't go.
You can't go.
And then our heater broke, so we were in the rain.
But the heater's been a problem for a while now.
The heater's been a problem while we were in the rain, in the cold, without heat, without a potty, adjusting to our new dynamic of homeschooling 2 kids and running our business. It's a miracle that we didn't give up. It really is a miracle.
We are a true American success story.
We are.
In the RV.
Someday people will write about us creating WorldTowning against all odds, right?
Yes. As they go to Liechtenstein. And this is nothing that should not be expected in an RV, but for us being RV amateurs, this is a bit of a shock. So right now, this bathroom is kind of broken. This doesn't want to work at all. Our heater here as well does not want to work. Normally this would illuminate and turn on, but right now it doesn't want to turn on. It's been fixed before, but it doesn't want to work right now. So that means we don't have hot water or hot air in here, and it's kind of cold. So this is our book that we've been using for a lot of our tour guide stuff. It's called Europe on a Shoestring. Now, it's not that perforated, therefore we haven't been using it a lot. But we did pull it open for Liechtenstein. And here is the information here for Liechtenstein. It's interesting because Liechtenstein, in a book of over 1,200 pages, Liechtenstein occupies 3.5 pages. So there's not really a lot to do here. One thing we noted is that there is no army, and there is essentially a couple free things to do, but it's still Swiss franc, so therefore it's very expensive. And it's the number 2 GDP per capita. So a bunch of rich people live here. Okay, so we've been told that to see this town, to see this country, to see this place, Liechtenstein, that the best way to do it is on one of these little bus tours right here, which is actually a train, which is actually a bus, which is whatever, it's gonna take us there. It's only like really 35 minutes and we're gonna see the entire place. It's cold in here, guys.
It's not cold enough out there.
Well, it's cold enough everywhere. And you're eating ice cream, Avalon.
I'm ready for Morocco.
And that concludes our tour on the train for Liechtenstein. Yeah. 999. Don't take this train. Yeah. All right. Now we're gonna head to actually where we're gonna get some real information, like the Liechtenstein Center, where you find out what this place is all about. And I think we're also gonna see the museum to find out a little bit of the history of this place. Liechtenstein. I'm gonna continue to try and pronounce this thing right.
It's Liechtenstein. I don't know why he's like Liechtenstein.
Anyway, it's a really small place, and we only really allocated like 24 hours, actually like 36 hours to this place.
And part of that time we had to sleep and work, so that didn't leave much.
So we had to get everything we had to get done in like one day.
And I think we did the best we could, the circumstances, but I think it would have been nice maybe to venture out into the country a little bit. And, you know, at the end of the day, it was a city like any other city, and we didn't see anything that was...
Nothing crazy.
Nothing crazy.
Nothing crazy at all. It was okay. Keep watching. It's not that bad. The hard part about being in a country for one day and one day only, because that's all there really is to see, is that you spend a good portion of the time just trying to find your collectibles because we want a memento besides the video. We're gonna have a very full RV by the time we're done with this trip.
Okay.
I'm gonna get Monaco.
Oh, we don't have Monaco. Get Monaco. Okay.
Here.
So each time we visit a country, we get a patch, and then we stitch it onto the kids' backpacks. But I think what's going to end up happening, since we're probably going to have too many, is we're going to stitch it onto the travel quilt that we're making for them, of all their travel clothing and travel patches.
Okay, come on.
Okay, you got your two?
I like this one right here.
You like that one?
We're not getting any of those, guys.
Who says so? Largo, I've got this. I thought that thing was actually gonna fall. Now it's going to fall.
Part of our tour is going to take us into the tourism office, but I think we're going to learn a little bit more than what that train thing told us.
No. Candy for everyone?
No, only for me.
What have you learned about Liechtenstein?
That it's cool.
So this is Vaduz, Liechtenstein, which is, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right or what, but this is where we are. This is the third smallest country in the world. This is a country with about 100 square miles. Now, to give you an idea of what that is, New York City is about 470 square miles. So divide New York City by 4 point something and you get this country. So where is this country? This country borders Switzerland and Austria. It's like on the northeast corner of Switzerland. It has a population of about 37,000, of which there's actually about 100,000 people that work here. So basically 2/3 of the people that work here come from different countries just bordering essentially this country. This is one of the financial capitals of Europe, and definitely there's a lot of offshore capital here. And other than that, it's a principality. So a prince rules this place. All right, so we're taking off from Liechtenstein.
And dyeing our hair.
And dyeing our hair. And this is our last stop in any type of Swiss franc domiciled entity. Yeah, and we're really excited about that because this currency is awful and it's really expensive. Next stop is Munich, where these guys are taking off and leaving me alone. So that is it for Liechtenstein, and we did the best we could with the time we had.
I think it's hard to generalize whether you like or dislike a country when you've only been there for 24 hours, and most of the time you're sleeping and working. So I wouldn't say we got some fans today. 4 girls back there helping us. Those are the giggles you hear. So it's hard to say we loved it or we didn't, since we're there for such a short time, right? So I wouldn't mind going back. However, there's a whole continent to see, and we're already behind schedule, so we're not going to stay longer. And it's getting cold, so we want to get out of here. We want to head south where it's warmer, right?
But I think we hit everything that we should have.
I think so.
I think we did. I mean, honestly, okay, 50 countries in 2 years, maybe a little longer. If you spend greater than 24 hours, does that qualify as a visit? Because
I think so. I mean, we don't count if we have a layover in a country, right? So we can't count a layover. So I mean, think we're in that country actually doing something, you know.
Yeah, I think so. All right, so that is it for now. Leave us a comment as to whether you think this qualified as a visit, because we think it did.
I think it does.
We spent money there. We ate food.
We bought our ornament. We got our patch. And we talked to locals.
And we dumped our poop.
We dumped our poop.
We did okay. See you guys next time on WorldTowning.
Au revoir.
Ciao.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's your video?
It's about traveling.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And are you twins?
Yeah.
Yeah.
so
you look a
awesome.
lot alike.
They're like, you're gonna vomit. They're not.
You're gonna vomit?